What's up everyone, my name is Vortlas and welcome back for some more SimRacing. Today, something special. I thought today let's talk a bit about Reiza 17. For the ones who wouldn't already know it, Reiza 17 is kind of the code name for the next sim by Reiza Studios and will be the successor to Automobilista. First of all, just to be clear, this is basically all what is officially known about Reiza 17. So don't expect too much about this video. There won't be a lot of facts or whatever, and what I'm going to say is mostly speculation, so keep that in mind. I myself didn't really know anything about Reiza 17. All of the things I'm going to talk about I gathered from a Reiza Studios forum thread. I'm going to leave the link to that in the description so you can read it for yourself if you like. However, if you're lazy and don't want to go through an 8-page forum thread that deals for about less than 10% on the subject that matter, you're in luck, because I'm gonna synthesize it for you in this video and talk a bit about the most important parts in there. So without further ado, let's dive in. So, as I said, Reiza 17 will be the new racing sim by Reiza Studios and the successor to Automobilista. This means that Reiza 17 won't start from scratch, but that it would build upon what was already available in Automobilista. So most likely a lot of the cars, tracks and features from Automobilista will be in Reiza 17 as well, and that's a very good thing. In a statement from the Indiegogo campaign back in the day, which was basically some sort of crowdfunding campaign Reiza set up a couple of years ago, they first mentioned Reiza 17, saying that it will be a PC racing simulator on Steam to be developed, expanded and supported for years after release, integrating all of their licenses and assets into the game platform with free core updates and paid DLC packages. So basically it will be an improved version of Automobilista, supported for years, which is very nice, and Automobilista obviously was itself an improved version of Game Star Car, so it's nice to see that continuity between the titles. About the improvements itself, nothing is really officially known because it's still obviously early days, but there's a lot of mentioning about the graphics engine. Reiza 17 would feature an improved graphics engine over Automobilista, and that's obviously very nice to hear. Which graphical engine that would be is quite unknown at this point, however it's probably going to be either DX12 or the Unreal Engine 4. Either way, one thing is for sure, the game will look a lot better than Automobilista, and yeah, that's nice. Next up, most likely there are going to be dynamic weather and dynamic track conditions in there. Currently in Automobilista, the track conditions are not entirely dynamic, they're more scripted, so it would be nice to see that in there, and obviously weather as well. Weather is obviously a real tricky feature to integrate in a sim. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Reiza will handle this and how it compares to, for example, something like Project Cars weather system. These features, dynamic weather and dynamic track conditions, are for a sim in 2017 kind of expected and are kind of a logic step forward for Automobilista's successor, in my opinion. And another feature that is somewhat expected from a modern sim is obviously VR. Automobilista obviously doesn't have VR at the moment, and with only one big update to go, it won't make it to the sim. On the forum thread, there's no mention about VR at all, but personally I think they sort of have to implement it. I don't have a VR headset myself, so I don't really care that much about VR, but the VR audience is kind of growing, and practically all modern sims have a VR nowadays, so in order to be competitive, Reiza 17 will have to have VR support, in my opinion. Combined with the new graphics engine, it will be very, very interesting to kind of see how that will look like. And that were basically kind of all the big things that I'm personally pretty sure about that will be in Reiza 17. Not a lot of information, I know, but it's kind of all we can work with right now. Then there's still a couple of smaller features that were talked about in the forum thread. These are not at all confirmed or anything, and nowhere near to be certain, but they are possible features that can make it to the game, and I kind of wanted to quickly present them to you guys. So first is the dirt physics. A nice thing would be an improvement on the dirt physics. at the moment they're not bad, but I think there's still a lot more that can be improved, and a lot more that can be featured. It would also be nice to kind of see, for example, full rallycross rules and all that, with Joker laps for each rallycross track, and a proper event setup with heats and everything, because there's quite some rallycross and dirt content in Automobilista right now, but I personally think it's not really well presented and expounded upon. Next, another feature that would be really nice to see is an improved safety car. Obviously, there's already a safety car in Automobilista, but yeah, as you probably already know, it rarely comes out, and there's no real way to tweak it except for kind of changing some code in the game files. So that's not really great. A solid safety car that comes out when it's needed, and from which the sensitivity can be easily altered in the UI, would be very interesting, and would definitely offer a huge competitive advantage over other sims, in my opinion. And yeah, that would be a really nice thing to have in Reiza 17. So yeah, that's basically all we have right now. For the release spectrum, originally this sim was intended to be released in 2017, hence the name Reiza 17. However, at the moment it's already late 2017 and Automobilista is not entirely completed yet, so Reiza 17 will probably be Reiza 18, which means it's most likely not going to be released in 2017 and will probably get a 2018 release. So that's all. If more news surfaces on Reiza 17, I'll definitely cover it. So for now, thanks for watching, leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more on Reiza 17, Automobilista and other sim racing content. I'll see you later.